In class, we talked about how to create the formula for area of a trapezoid. We looked at that there are several ways to break a trapezoid down. So you have a rectangle and two triangles. You could have a parallelogram and a triangle. Or the easiest way to show the proof, I think, is to see that there are two triangles. There's this triangle down here, and then there is this triangle on this side. And from what you've done with the tanagrams with composite figures, you can find the area of both triangles and add them together. I'm just going to focus on the trapezoid and not the two triangles right now because it's in your notes. So we have one base up here and one base down here. Now my first question to you would be, why are those the base? There's four sides to a trapezoid. How did I know to pick those two as my base? What your answer should be is because they are parallel. So you would see this symbol, let's go blue, the arrow, or sometimes a double set of arrows, showing that those two lines are parallel. So I know that those are my bases. So that's a really important factor, that the two bases are always parallel. Now the trick is to find the height. The height I think of is how far apart, sorry for the messy writing, how far apart are the two bases. Because they're parallel, they'll always be the same distance no matter where they are. Let's see if I can do this with a line. Let's see what that does. So here is my height from top to bottom. And like I said, it doesn't matter where along it is. You could even draw it on the outside if you feel there's too much going in. That from this bottom base up to the top, this is our height. Okay, so let's give these some numbers. Let's see, this base was 4 centimeters. And let's say this base was 12, or is 12. And our height can be 5. So we always start with our formula. We have base 1 plus base 2, and we have to do that first. Now I don't write anything between the bracket and the h, so what that means is multiplication. When two things are side by side without a symbol, the operation is assumed multiplication. So this, again, you can write divide by 2 this way, or you can write divide by 2 that way. So my base 1 is 4 plus 12, keep my brackets, times my height of 5. Usually you would keep working underneath the question, but I'm going to move over here. So now we have 16 times 5 over 2. And then we have 80 divided by 2 gives me 40. Okay, so this is calculator work. You could show them a few more steps, but the important part is that 1, you've shown me the formula. 2, you've plugged in the right variables. And I guess a step that I missed here that we talked about in class is understanding the problem and setting it up. So you recognize, well, we did it in our diagram. In class we wrote it separately, that we said base 1 is 4, base 2 is 12, and our height is 5. So putting the variables off to the side, show me you understand the diagram, or labeling them in the visual of base 1 and base 2 and our height is acceptable as well. It's identifying what variable represents what. And that's it for a trapezoid. So remembering that our two bases are always parallel to each other. The height is how far apart they are. That we first have to add, then multiply, then divide. And again, our units are centimeters squared.